I'm going to show you how to make this very simple but effective TV aerial. The first thing we need to do is strip the cable back to the copper core by removing the insulation and metal screening. I'm using a sharp knife for this. The copper core will be part of the aerial itself. The next part here is to make up a template. I'm going to measure off 11 centimeters on either side. This would be the total width of the aerial itself, and the height from the dipole to the first element is again roughly 11 centimeters. I'm now measuring off the dipole. Now I need roughly 25 centimeters. Now I will bend it and twist it together. I'm using my cutters, but you can use pliers or really anything you like, just to simply twist them together. That gives it a bit of strength, which obviously will help in terms of when it's outside for it to stay in the place where you've set it. Now that's the dipole. The next part that I've already made, which is the element, and that goes roughly 11 centimeters in front of the main aerial. Now I'm cutting back some more cable. You can of course do it all at once if you want. I've just done it stage by stage purely for the video. I'm now going to twist it together, same as before. This is the boom, which will be the center part of the aerial, and I'm now going to twist the copper core together. Try and make it as tight as possible, give it the best electrical connection. Now I'm not using anything else here. I will just push them together to make sure there is good connection, but you don't need to solder it or anything else. Just make sure that the length is correct and the width. Now next one I'm going to make up is the reflector that goes behind the main dipole. This reflector makes sure that the signal that it picks up is directional, so you point it at the transmitter and you will get a better signal because of the reflector at the back. Now it's normally slightly longer than the main aerial, so the main dipole. What I'm now doing is going to strip off the cable, same as before, but this particular one is going to be used for connecting the aerial to the plug itself, to the coax plug. Now I'm going to twist it together right where the dipole is. Make sure it's again a good contact. Now what I have used is some clips, some ties, so you can tie it together, or you can tape it together, or use part of the copper core to secure it in place. And just make sure again this is a good contact. Now I just picked up some wood, I'm simply going to screw it together. Doesn't matter what kind of wood you use. Now I've secured the aerial itself to the wood by simply using some ties. Again, you can use anything you like to hold it together. Now I think that's it. Now I'm just going to take it outside and secure it to a pole about 10 feet long and see if we can pick up a signal. And here it is here. I've pointed it in the right direction for where the transmitter is. And now we're going to put on a plug on the end of the cable. Now I'm going to almost do the final part, which is to fit the coax plug to the coax cable. You don't have to use a new one, but you can use an old one. Just make sure that when you put it on, that the metal part on the outside doesn't touch the inner core, otherwise the signal will be lost. Then you see how I'm putting it on. Just make sure that there aren't any small bits of metal from the outside touching the inside. When you do it up tight, do it up tight, and that's it. Now I'm joining the coax plug to the coax plug from the aerial itself. I'm using a little link. So we're just checking the channels, and as you can see, there are channels there, which is great, and that looks like it's working correctly, and that is good. So that's it. Please share, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.